Okay, so here is my technical report literature review on the G7 method. So first of all, what is G7? Well, basically it's a calibration method for printers, and it works across any type of print technology. It's used to maintain color uniformity. That way, if you printed the same image on two different types of printing methods, it would come out the same. It's developed and distributed by ID Alliance, and it is used globally and is basically the industry standard for color management across print devices. So here's how G7 works, and basically ID Alliance's statements of purpose, their claims. So it's based off of grayscale, and ID Alliance believes that controlling grays makes more of a difference for color uniformity than how other methods work, like TVI calibration, which just measures the colors based off of like instruments in mathematical measurement. G7 is claimed to work more like the human eye as far as color differentiation. Also, G7 is compatible with other management methods, and actually on their website they recommend using it in conjoined with ICC. So here's an image from their website showing the differences between digital inkjet and offset prints without G7, and then on the bottom row is with G7. So you can see that it's way more uniform using G7. So let's look at what other people are saying. So the first thing we wanted to see is if their claims about grayscale were scientifically correct. So there was actually a study done by the Rochester Institute of Technology, and they found that grayscale does matter more to the human eye than just color alone, because they did a study where they had people group images, or find reproduced images, and group them based on just gray balance. Like the only difference was gray balance on the reproduced images, and they found that people used grayscale more than the color ones to match up the images. So that seems to check out. Now, Mr. Brown from Printing United Alliance wrote up a review of G7, and he said that it's not easy to maintain, like it's a good starting point for printers, but he said especially with flexography, since the ink is a lot thicker with flexography, it's more difficult to maintain. Like printers definitely need more specific tweaks over time than just G7 can do, since G7 is based off of such a general, centralized technology. But basically, he didn't disagree with any of G7 and ID Alliance's claims. He just said it's harder to maintain. So our findings, to sum it up, is that G7 is widely appreciated, and overall they live up to their claims. I mean, they do what they say pretty well, and it is difficult to make a technology that can, create uniformity across all different printing, because as we know, there's so much different variation because of the varying technology. So it's understandable that it's not as easy to maintain over time. And yeah, overall, G7 checks out. It lives up to its claims.